Hello Aquarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And please go check out the other videos that may pertain to you for your sun, moon, or rising signs. That will give you a much more dynamic picture of what's going on with you and what your situation is. So let's get right into it. What does Aquarius need to know for this coming week? Let's see what messages we have for Aquarius. We're going to lay out our typical 10-card Celtic cross spread, but we are also doing a 11th card. We're doing this 11th card as a confirmation, as just to kind of tie everything together at the very end. And that card we are going to... don't need to. We're going to put right here. We're not going to look at it until the very end, and this is going to be our confirmation just to see if there's any way to wrap up this entire reading into one kind of just simple energy, okay? So let's get started. First of all, Aquarius, I think that you may be seeing yourself right now in this time of your life, in this week, let's say, as someone who is expressing a very painful truth. I think that you are someone who does not sugarcoat things. I think that you maybe have a tendency to really be blunt and to the point and really not go too easy on people. When it comes to really speaking your mind and telling the truth, I think with this Nine of Swords, you see yourself as someone who just tells it like it is. I think that you are someone who really does keep it real. You really do express yourself with no minced words. You're straight to the point. You're blunt. And maybe other people don't always appreciate that. We'll get to that in a little bit here. But I think that you're the type of person that really tells it like it is. You're very blunt. You're very to the point, okay? And I think that with this Wheel of Fortune card here at the bottom of the cross, representing your foundations and just kind of your personal history, I think that's worked for you a lot in the past. I think that speaking your mind, speaking your truth has always led you down the right road, led you to the path of fortune and success, and it's always kind of worked out for you, right? Being this really blunt and really to the point, this kind of, very, very martial energy. This card does rule the planet Mars, so I think that you're very to the point. You're very almost aggressive in speaking your mind and speaking your truth. You have very strong opinions and beliefs, and I think it's always worked out for you to express them without hesitation. Okay, I think you've always been straight to the point, and you tell it like it is. And I think that's kind of the situation that you're in now, is one where you're coming to the end of a cycle. You're coming to the end of some phase in your life. There was, I think, some recent changes going on in your physical surroundings, so in your home or in your financial situation. There's been some changes there. Okay, and I think those changes are fairly recent, and I think it really is signifying the end of a phase or a cycle, or just kind of the end of an era in terms of your financial or your living situation. I'm not sure which one yet, but looking at these other cards, it might be kind of a more of a romantic situation, or involving someone that's really close to you, maybe someone that you've been living with. I see that that's kind of coming to an end. Things are starting to wrap up there. With this Four of Wands, it's the end of a cycle. It's the end of that era. The work there, whatever you've been doing, whatever the purpose was that you had of being in this situation, I think you've fulfilled that purpose, and things are now changing. It's time for you maybe to change things. And it's wrapping up that cycle, that phase, that work, whatever it was that you were doing in this situation, which I think it appears to me that it was maybe a situation where you were living with someone. Could be a romantic partner, could just be a close friend or family member that you were living with. And now I think that whatever work you were doing there, whatever reason you had to be in that situation is wrapping up, and you're coming to the end of that, and it's time to move on. So it's time for you to make some positive changes in your life, and crossing your path in the midst of all this situation is this Ten of Cups. So I think this is a job well done. This is a satisfaction that you've taken care of all of this business with this person quite well and very satisfactorily, and just very to the best of your ability, right? I think it's been a rewarding situation for you. I think you were able to help this person. I'm not sure if that's resonating with you or not, but it appears to me that this was some sort of a living situation that you had a definite purpose of being there. I don't know if it was to take care of someone or just to help someone out financially, that either you moved in with someone or you let someone move into your home, something like that. And this could, again, this could be a romantic situation that is coming to an end, but it seems like there's a lot of just joy and satisfaction and just really good feelings at the end of this. So whatever this cycle is that's wrapping up, if this was a romantic thing, then I think the two of you are just choosing to go separate directions, but you're still friends. You still feel good about it. There are literally no hard feelings. There's no animosity. There's nothing like that going on. It's just a really good kind of warm, satisfied feeling that I have with this situation wrapping up. And again, with this Two of Discs, it is time for you to make this change. Okay, it is time for you to now focus on other things in your life, focus on you and your path and where you're headed. Okay, so I really think that this was maybe some of your focus being on this other person or the situation that you were in was to help someone else, or something related to the home or living with this person, something like that. And in the immediate future, now I see this Tower card coming in. Well, what is this Tower card showing? Well, I think this Tower card is really showing that with this change of circumstances, with you literally, the Two of Discs, changing your situation, changing your reality, your world as it is right now, because of this, the ending of this cycle, the ending of this age era, this phase, this work that you've been doing is coming to a close now. You feel really good about it. I think it was a very satisfying experience. It was very joyful and warm and giving, and I think that everybody involved is just really happy about the way it went. But now it's time to move on. And so in the future, we see this kind of chaotic, kind of unknown element with this Tower card. This is kind of signifying that the future is just kind of chaotic and hazy for you right now. And I think that's indicating really that you don't know where to go from here, that you might have some questions about, well, what comes next? Okay, now that I've been in this situation, maybe you were in this situation for a while, and now you're trying to just, you're going to be figuring out what comes next. And I think right now it may seem a little hazy, a little chaotic, a little unknown, uncertain. We get that with the Tower card here, and this is just saying that, you know, the future it may just not be clear at all. It may just be completely unknown and unintelligible, and you can't really make any sense of anything beyond this point. So I think that's the challenge for you, really, is to allow yourself to feel this joy and satisfaction with this situation wrapping up, this work coming to a completion and to a close, and really embracing the unknown, embracing the change of what's coming next. And it's okay that you don't know what you're going to do. It's okay if you aren't sure which direction to take or what you want to do with the next phase of your life. Okay, so all of this kind of chaos and unknown and uncertainty is okay. I think that's what is kind of keeping the excitement going for you in your life, because you don't know what comes next, and so it's very exciting now to start moving into the future to find out what this is going to organize itself into. Okay, so you might have these feelings that your life is really kind of being stirred up, and it's kind of up in the air right now, and the life that you've known maybe is just kind of jumbled. It's a little chaotic now, and so that leads to this feeling of uncertainty. but embrace the uncertainty and embrace that excitement, because whatever change is coming next, I really feel like it's going to work out very well for you. And again, I think because you do have this kind of Nine of Swords, tell it like it is, you're very blunt, very straightforward. I think that whatever it is you decide you want for the future, you're going to have no problems getting it, because you do speak your mind. You speak your truth. You're very confident, outspoken, and you don't mince words. You are straight to the point and very blunt, and that is a wonderful quality, especially when you have this Wheel of Fortune on your side, which again is showing you that this way of carrying yourself is working for you, right? Being blunt and straightforward and being just very truthful and outspoken and honest with your words is really working out for you, and it's really creating, I think, some really wonderful opportunities for you, for your success, for the future. With this Wheel of Fortune on your side, I think whatever path you take, as long as you stick to yourself and you stay true to yourself, I think you're going to have wonderful success. Please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. Now, looking at something else involved in this situation, I think your ultimate hope, your ultimate kind of goal and aspiration here is to really keep the ties with this person, right? If this is a romantic partner that now you're choosing to go your separate ways, if this is a friend, a family member, a loved one that you were living with, I think the goal really for you is that you want to keep that strong connection with that person. Just because this situation, if it's a living situation or whatever, but just because this phase is ending, it doesn't mean that the relationship has to end. And with this 10 of Swords, usually for me, at least in my readings, it means that, okay, you're at the end of the rope. You're at the end of the relationship, of the communication now. It's reached its final stage and it's over. I think your aspiration and your hope really is to keep that relationship going. Just because the two of you are not going to be, so close day to day, physically close if you're living together, it doesn't mean that the relationship has to end, that the communication has to end. So I think that is important to you, to keep this friendship going or this relationship going, as far as you still want to talk to this person every day. Okay, so even if this is a romantic partner, which it looks to me like it may be, just because the two of you are going separate ways doesn't mean that you're not going to be friends, that you're not going to still hang out and communicate and all of that, I think. Because it does seem with these three cards here, it seems like it really is ending in a great way. It's not really even an ending. It's just kind of the circumstances are changing because the current work is done and it's time to move on to the next phase of things. But there's so much good feeling and joy and just warmth that I'm feeling in that situation that I don't think you have to worry about the relationship ending or the communication ending. Okay, it may not be the same kind of romantic relationship, but it's still going to be a very strong bond and friendship. There's still going to be a lot of love there, I think. And if this is a friend or a family member, same thing. There's still going to be a lot of love, a lot of warmth and joy, and a lot of communication. Okay. So that's what I see there in terms of what situation you're in. Now, in terms of this other person, I think maybe they were going through a bit of an emotional crisis. In my readings, I don't like to try to interpret the energies of a third party. Okay, so this is really just, this is my energy and my feelings, and it's directed at you who are watching this video and how it resonates with you. The third party involved, we can try to get a little bit of insight into what's going on with them, but I don't like to spend too much time on it. What I'm going to say today with this Prince of Cups is that the person may be going through a little bit of an emotional crisis, maybe an identity crisis kind of thing. I see that they're in kind of some kind of emotional turmoil, and I think that's part of the reason why they needed you so close for that time. If you were living together or whatever this situation is that we were talking about, I think that they had some emotional issues going on and they really needed your support, and you were there for them. And really, again, with these three cards, I should just keep them in my hand so you can keep looking at them. with these three cards, I really think that the emotional situation with this third party, with this other person, I think really is ending very well. You know, whatever you were able to do to just be there for them or help them, if it was a living situation, but your love and support really is making a difference for them, because I think that they were going through some kind of emotional turmoil. And this could be anything. This could be, a best friend of yours that was going through a very emotional time, and so you just were spending a lot of time with this person. Or, like I said at the beginning, maybe it's a situation where you moved in with someone, or you let them move in with you. But I see that you were very close to this person because they had some emotional needs at the time, and you were part of their support system. Okay, and I think that is really ending well, and the next phase that's beginning well. I think for you it's just going to be a lot of love, a lot of warmth and happiness and abundance. And coming out of this situation with this Ten of Cups really shows that it's really the best outcome that could have possibly been hoped for with this. I think everybody just feels a lot of love and warmth and support and just caring, and just it's really, really a warm feeling that I'm getting. And I think in your future, you're going to have a lot more of that. I think now with you moving on to this kind of the unknown future for you, like what comes next for you, I think it's going to be filled with a lot of love and abundance and joy and pleasure and satisfaction. And as the long-term outcome, we have the Lovers card. So I really think that if this doesn't directly suggest that there's going to be a new romantic relationship with you, I think it's pretty close, right? I think that this is either going to be that really strong, perfect relationship, that perfect union between you and someone else, that you're just such strong attraction, and when you're with this person, there's going to be just such joy and abundance and warmth and love and happiness and pleasure. If it's not that kind of a romantic relationship, this is going to be a choice or a decision or a direction that you choose in life that's going to have all of those things. It's going to have wonderful joy and pleasure and warmth and happiness and beauty and abundance. And so, those two paths could be the same path, right? But whichever direction you take, whatever this chaos crystallizes into or kind of clarifies into, and when you start to see the path that you're going to be going down, you're going to make decisions for your happiness, your abundance, your love, your joy, your pleasure. And that's what the future holds for you, I believe. And this situation that you're in, I think, was really a good situation. It seems like it had such a wonderful, warm and joyful outcome. And now the future, while it does, again, the future seems a little unknown, a little scary, a little uncertain, but I really do think that, again, because you are this person, you've got a lot of luck and good fortune, and you've got a great destiny, whatever you want to call it, fate. You're very blunt and straightforward, and you don't mince words, you tell it like it is, you keep it real, you stay true to yourself, you always speak your truth, and I think that is really going to lead you down this path of joy and love and warmth and abundance and just beauty, and I'm very excited for what's coming next for you. So I'm really looking forward to the next week's reading for you and next month to see how all of this evolves and to see what kind of adventure you're on next. Aquarius, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. We're now going to jump to this confirmation card. Don't think I forgot about this, and just see what this says about the reading overall, and if this can give us that confirmation that we're seeking. And now I don't know what this card is going to be. Ooh, the Ace of Wands. This, I think, is perfect. This is really showing that with all of this energy that's going on, with all of this situation, and really, looking at this again, we didn't have a lot of fire here. We had the Four of Wands at the very beginning, showing that this is kind of the completion of this cycle. This work that you're involved in is coming to a close. You're finishing it up. It's wrapping up. And the other fire that we had was this Tower, this uncertain future. Well, now we have this fire, and this is the most just divine, spiritual, blessed fire that you could get. And this is like that inner fire that is your confidence. It's your fuel for the future. It is what has fueled this entire thing that you are dealing with. It's what is going to fuel your future. It's what is going to bring you into your abundant future, and all of these choices that you're going to be making for your love and your abundance and your just happiness and well-being. This is that inner fire, that spiritual fire that is fueling your entire life. This is that inexhaustible connection with the ether, with the universe, with the spiritual realms that comes through you in the form of your confidence. And again, this card ruled by Mars. Mars is that fiery, active, very, very vigorous planet, right? And this is where all of that energy comes from. It comes from that spiritual source that's within you. And I think this is a wonderful confirmation that just says that you are still you. You are still, like, on your path in life, and you are still just that fiery spiritual person that is just experiencing life. And I think you're having these wonderful experiences of love and joy and hardship and uncertainty and excitement and love and good fortune and all of this warm love that we saw. And it's really because of you, because of who you are, and you're staying true to yourself, right? So that is the confirmation that we're looking for. Aquarius, if you want to stick around and watch the extended version of this, you can become a member of this channel. Otherwise, thank you so much for letting me read for you.